We've all been there, right? A pipe bursts, the AC conks out, and suddenly you're frantically scrolling, trying to find a home service pro you can actually trust. It feels like a total gamble. But what if it didn't have to be? What if there was a formula for trustworthiness? Well, today we're going to dive in and deconstruct what that formula looks like.
So what is it really? What's the secret sauce? Is it just about being able to fix the thing that's broken? Or is there something more to it? That's the big question we're going to tackle, and we're going to use a real-world example to build a playbook you can actually use.
All right, for our case study, we're going to put a company called Smooth Plumbing under the microscope. We're going to look at everything they put out there in public, what they claim about themselves, and more importantly, what their customers are saying to find those key signals of a truly reliable service.
Okay, first things first, the absolute fundamentals. They're a local team, they serve a specific area, and this is the big one, they are licensed and insured. Now this right here, this is your baseline. It's non-negotiable. Always look for that license number. It's the first, most basic layer of accountability.
So we know they're legitimate. Check. But what can they actually do? You know, a company's scope of services tells you a ton about their expertise, and if they're even equipped to handle your specific kind of headache.
And just looking at this list, you can tell it's pretty comprehensive. We are not just talking about a simple leaky faucet here. They're covering everything from drain inspections with cameras all the way up to huge jobs like whole home repiping. This kind of range suggests a serious, well-equipped team. But there's one item on this list that really stands out.
And it's this: 24/7 emergency service. Think about that for a second. That is a huge promise. It means that they're set up to answer the call when your basement is flooding at 2 in the morning, which is, let's be honest, exactly when you need a pro you can trust the most. That right there is a serious indicator of commitment.
Okay, now let's shift gears. We've talked about what they do. Let's get into how they do it. This is where we get to the heart of what builds real, lasting trust. See, any company can list their services, but a great one defines its values. It's their promise to you, the customer.
And Smooth Plumbing boils their entire promise down to these 3 pillars: upfront, quality, and respect. Simple, right? It's clear, it's easy to remember, and it's super powerful. So let's break down what each of these actually means in the real world.
First up, Pillar 1, upfront. This one is so important because it tackles one of the biggest fears we all have, the dreaded surprise bill. By promising clear options and pricing before any work even starts, they're just getting rid of that anxiety right from the get-go. It's all about financial transparency.
Next, we've got Pillar 2, quality. And this isn't just some vague buzzword they throw around. They actually define it with specifics: code-compliant installs, pressure testing, tidy finishes. This translates quality from just an idea into tangible, verifiable actions that prove the job is done right and done safely. And their third pillar, respect, is all about the customer experience. It's the simple acknowledgement that they're coming into your personal space, your home. Things like using protective coverings, cleaning up after themselves. These aren't small things. They show a level of care that goes way beyond just the pipes and wires. Okay, so that's the promise. A great website, a clear mission, that's all one thing. But does it actually hold up when the rubber meets the road? The ultimate test of trustworthiness is what real, actual customers have to say. Let's see if those reviews back up these 3 pillars. And here we go, proof for pillar number 1. Linda from Naples says they gave her a clear estimate with a couple of options. That's the upfront promise in action, right there. No pressure, no surprises, just clear info that made her feel comfortable with the whole thing. Robert's review here speaks directly to that quality pillar. Yeah, he mentions fair pricing, but the key phrase is this: the quality of their work is excellent. And it wasn't just a one-time thing for him. He says they are consistently professional. That's huge. And hey, remember that big 24/7 promise? Well, here's the proof in the pudding. Maria had an emergency leak. They didn't just have an answering machine. They answered the phone, they got a tech out there fast, and they solved the problem. That is turning a brand promise into a real-life rescue.
So, we've seen the promises and we've seen the proof. Now for the most important part. How do we turn this whole case study into a practical tool that you can use the next time you've got to hire someone?
Let's just boil it all down. On one side, you've got the gamble. You get vague answers and you're worried about hidden fees. On the other side, you've got the Trustworthy Pro, clear communication and upfront pricing. It's really the difference between unverified claims and proven, consistent quality. So here it is. This is your final takeaway checklist. The next time you're trying to find a pro, just run through these 5 points. Verify their credentials,
Look for that commitment to upfront pricing and quality, see how they talk about respecting your home, and finally, read those reviews to see if their promises actually match up with reality.
So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you're in a jam, what are you going to be looking for? It's so easy to just focus on getting the problem solved as fast as possible. But as we've seen, the real value, it lies in finding a professional who's built their entire business around earning your trust. And that's the difference between a one-time transaction and a long-term solution you can count on.